If you guys would be so kind to take a seat if there are any available ones still open. And welcome Jamie Ward to the stage. Thank you.
Oh yeah, hey, how are you doing? Please give it up to yourselves for coming to this fantastic event. This is great. Yes. It's a lot of fun. They're putting on a great. This is one of the weirdest shows I've ever had to do because I usually open up just making fun of how Asian I am to a totally white audience. So I don't really have my opening jokes accessible to me. But I will tell you guys, I have had a hard time. I'm from Georgia, and it was tough growing up Chinese in Georgia. Because I'm Korean, actually. That's what made it so tough, actually. But here's the people treat me the exact same. I was walking out of the mall the other day, and the lady looks me right in the eye and says, "I just want to say, you speak English good." She said, and in my head I was thinking, you don't really actually don't know the difference between adverbs and adjectives. Here's the thing, I'm not too big to take a compliment, right? So I turned to her and I said, "Oh, thank you for noticing. Like, I've been practicing very hard." You can do that anytime somebody tells you you speak English good. Just like take it as a compliment, right? And I was adopted. So I feel white on the inside. My parents were white, and my friend. So that confuses my friends a lot. They'll be like, "Hey man, where you from?" And I say, "Boston." And then they're like, "No, where you from?" And here's the weird thing. I'll tell them, "Okay, I get it. I was born in Korea." And then they don't have any more questions after that. If someone's from Korea, isn't there one more very important question we gotta ask them? Right? Which Korea are you from? The good Korea or South Korea? I'm glad you guys get that. Some of the redneck bars I go to, they're just like, "I thought both of those were China." Then I have to leave. I'm not welcome in those kind of towns. It's crazy. I really was adopted though. My parents told me the story one time. They're like, we always knew we wanted to adopt a kid, but we couldn't afford to. And then one day Korea lowered the price. It's like, I don't know how that's supposed to make me feel, right? Just a little coupon. My friends often ask me, they're like, "Hey, since you were adopted, would you ever consider adoption if you have kids?" I'm like, "Absolutely. If I ever have kids, I want them to go to a good home." So it's always an option, right? That's a lot of Asian jokes, right? That's every single one there is, huh? No, there's one more. I'm not going to tell it to you now, so it'll just surprise you later, all right? Like a ninja attack. Never see that coming. Fantastic. I love doing comedy. I've been doing comedy for a couple years. Before I was doing comedy full time, I used to work at a frozen yogurt store. And I was like, oh my god! If that's not what's everything wrong with this country, frozen yogurt. I don't know. People lie to themselves because the word yogurt is in the name, right? So they're like, "Oh, it must be healthy." And these big old fat people come in like, "Hey man, what flavor ice cream should I get if I'm not even supposed to be eating ice cream at all?" Right? Like, I don't care. Maybe you should drink some bleach. You're looking like a sock. I'm like, why are you not supposed to be eating ice cream? Why don't they pay me minimum wage? That's enough to make change or save your life. That's two different jobs. Pick which one you want me to do. I don't care, right? No, see, it's my cheat day. I'm cheating on my diet today. No, that's really what a diet is, though, right? You eat responsibly most of the time, and then you can reward yourself with things you like. Cheating on your diet would be like if your wife and you had salads for lunch on Monday through Thursday, and then on Friday you got a hooker. That's cheating on your wife. Take her for steaks. That's true. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. This is a weird thing for me to say. I'm not very good at talking to women. I'm very bad at it. I thought I'd be good because I grew up with three. I lived with my mom, my sister, and my grandma growing up. It didn't make me good at talking to girls. You know what it did make me good at though? Losing fights. I learned to lose arguments very quickly. We never got to do what I wanted to do. Right? Like, what movie we gotta watch tonight? The Dark Knight or The Notebook? Huh? 3-1. You think I ever won that argument? Not once. I never got to see The Notebook. I heard it was very good. Grandma's a Stallone fan. So I have to look to my cooler friends to try to teach me how to talk to women. I went to a bar the other night with my buddy. He walks up to this beautiful girl with all the confidence and swagger in the world. He's like, "Girl, your hotness is at a 10. I need you to bring it on down to a 6, all right? Your 10, bring it down." Like an adult said that to another adult in public. And it worked. So I thought, I can do that. I know all those words. I'm going to try that. But I get very nervous talking to women. Next girl that comes up, I said, "Hey, girl, you think you're a 10, but you're a 6. That's not as good. I'm not. There's a reason I'm not good at talking to girls, and here's why. Like I take things very literally. I don't get subliminal talk. Like I don't know when people are being flirty with me or when they're just having polite conversation. This is an honest to God true conversation I had with my ex-girlfriend one time. One time we're sitting on a sofa and she goes, "Hey Jamie, what would you do if you were the boss of me?" And I said, "I'd probably reduce your work hours so I don't have to pay your health benefits." And she goes, "No, silly, like what would you do if you were the boss of me in the bedroom?" And I said, "Well, in that case, I'd probably report you to HR. That's not an appropriate conversation to have with your boss. I'm not going to get fired because you're a whore, right?" She wasn't, I shouldn't say that. She wasn't, my ex-girlfriend wasn't a whore, but if there was a slut draft, she'd go in the first round, right? Like, she was sort of like the Alabama of loose women, and which is kind of weird. That's a terrible thing to say. She wasn't even real. That was kind of true. We had that conversation, and here's the follow-up. It actually gets worse. The conversation got worse. She goes, "Okay, so here's what we should do, because you're not good at talking to women. Let's role play. That way you can, practice being an assertive man, saying what you want to me." And she goes, "And I will be something submissive. What should I dress up like?" And I said, "Why don't you dress up like a woman from 1919, and I'll deny your right to vote." Put that anywhere on the floor. Damn it! I learned to say that's crowd work that I learned in my comedy class. They say when they drop a class, say just put that anywhere. It didn't work. Is this a clean show? I should have asked that. Is there a content restriction on what I said? No? Okay, I got it. Fuck! God damn it. That was just, you dropped the glass. And I dropped the ball on that joke. Okay, moving on. So I was in the military for 10 years before I started doing comedy too. I was in the Army, and don't move for that, because here's the thing, right? People get all excited when you're in the military. They're like, "Thank you for your service." Here's the thing, I was really bad in Army. I was like the worst. I was a really shitty soldier. I actually almost didn't get in for two reasons. I have two physical conditions that preclude a lot of people from joining the military. I have flat feet, and I'm a big coward. Actually, I'm terrified of everything. Like, I hate spiders. Anybody hate spiders at all? If you hate spiders, here's some advice, all right? If you hate spiders, don't go to Afghanistan, because they have roadside bombs, and that's way worse than And I went to Afghanistan in 2008 with the Army, and when I got back to America, I was like, I hope I never have to go back to New Jersey. That place is terrible. That joke is funny in 49 states, too, actually. Yeah. A lot of New Jersey fans here. Okay, that joke is funny in 48 states, not Georgia or Alabama. They're dumb. New Jersey likes it, actually. It's been interesting growing up here in like a mixed race family too. My sister's adopted, my cousin's from Moldova, and here's the thing I've realized: we focus on things in this country that are like little problems, and it distracts us from bigger things that hurt all of us. And race is one of those. It distracts us from things we really need to be worried about. And I know, because my parents, every time they go to Atlanta, they think a black guy is going to rob them, right? And I have to be like, "Mom, you know who the biggest crooks are in America? It's probably the white CEOs of banks and credit card companies, right? Like, if those guys are so like." Think about this, okay? Think about it. They stole future money. They stole the money we have, and they stole money we were planning on making. Like, that is evil. They stole the concept of money, the idea. That's like worse than anything I've ever seen a villain in a Batman movie do, right? Like, how scary would that have been if Christian Bale had to fight the CEO of Bank of America? Comes all out in his suit, he's like, "I've placed a small plastic card inside the wallet of every citizen of Gotham. They may now make purchases they can't afford. I'm gonna liquidate assets and help bail them out." It will not work. They will pay off one, but they will get another. Enticed by the sweet reward of 5% cash back for every dollar they spend in the favorite United States. Why would you give the money back? Because they must be made to believe they can pay off their bills. Without that hope, they'll never truly know despair. Right? I know it's not easy to laugh at that joke, because it's not really a joke. That's just news, right? That's just stuff happening. That's just current events. I don't know. That's the thing. We focus on a lot of things that they distract us from real issues. Here's another great one, right? Public school systems, trying to figure out if they want to teach creationism versus evolution in the schools. People get very angry about this. Here's the thing. America is so bad at reading and writing and math. Why are we even focused on something that, I know a lot of you don't do trigonometry, and actually this might be the only audience where a lot of people do math in their daily business, but I don't, But like in most audiences, the redneck bars, most of you don't need to know math on a daily basis, but you know what you really never need to do is explain the creation of all life. It doesn't matter. I've never been to a restaurant and said, "Sir, is this steak come from cow made by God or a cow that evolved from dinosaurs?" Because that's a very important distinction for me. And I was doing some research to see how good we were at reading. I looked up the world literacy rankings by country, and I went down to 13. It said United States. Not that bad, right? 13 in the world. I went down to the bottom, and it said USA. It's like, oh shit, I misread the literacy chart. That's kind of proved its own point there. And I found out another startling statistic too. This is totally true. 1 in 5 adults in America is illiterate, right? That's one. If someone next to you didn't laugh at that joke, to buy them a dictionary later, it'll change their life. And I'm saying that because it sort of softens the blow of the next thing I'm about to say. I don't believe in evolution, actually. I don't think we should teach. If we believed in evolution, supported survival of the fittest, would we make accommodations for people with gluten allergies, right? If being around bread makes you want to die, I'm not saying I'm the next step in evolution. My dog can eat bread, though, right? He can't eat chocolate, but that's because he's racist, actually. He's not racist. My dog went black once. You know the saying, when a dog goes black, take him off the grill. He's done, right? Surprise! That's my Asian joke. I just did that. That was a stupid little thing. These are great. I like this. You've had a lot of very talented performers. Can you give it up for the other performers you saw tonight? This is awesome. Sometimes we don't like doing comedy when there's other things going on because it's a very hard thing to do. It distracts and it's hard to follow musicians or other thing. But I liked it. I embraced that because I have a secret thing that I came out to my friends and family this year as being country, and my dad was pretty disappointed. He's like, why couldn't you been gay? Then you would have liked better music. And I was like, no, I was born this way. I like country music. I want to be a country singer, actually. I'd rather be a country singer than a comedian, but I don't sing or play guitar. And so and all their songs are about falling in love and breaking up, and I'm bad at both of those things. So I'd have to write platonic country songs about just being friends. I got one that goes kind of like this, right? So I took her to the movies, I wasn't trying to hit it. Works out good, cause we pay for separate tickets. We're just hanging out, it's really not a date. We're both going home alone to master our own destinies. Right? It's an autobiographical song. I really do love country music, though. I'm a big fan. I love my favorite, one of my favorite singers, Keith Urban. Here's the thing: I don't run into a lot of women that actually like country music. Here, guys, if you need any advice, all right, when you talk to women, just talk to them in Keith Urban lyrics, like I do. Because if they know who that is, boom, you have that in common. If they don't, it just makes us sound like the sweetest boys ever in the world, right? They'd be like, man, you could be a blackbird on a country street, hiding from the world with a broken wing. But you better believe you're gonna fly with me. Unfortunately, my other favorite singer is Toby Keith. Like I said earlier, this is true. Sometimes I get nervous talking to women and I'll just flip the lines in my head and just be like, I will put a boot in your ass. It's the American way. That doesn't ever work as well. I'll tell you, I feel way more comfortable up here than I thought I would when I started out. So I'll let you guys know a little secret. Okay, my favorite country singer is actually Taylor Swift. I'm a big Taylor Swift fan. Yeah, here's the thing, right? She used to know, she used to sing about things that affected my life, being ignored by football players in high school. But then she got some money, she got a little Hollywood, now she's not, okay, in her last album she has a song, and the lyrics go, "Loving him is like driving a new Maserati down a dead-end street." And when I heard that, I was like, wow, that's not an analogy that's applicable to any of my relationships. A new Maserati, maybe like an airport rental unit, but not brand new, that's a Maserati. I've never seen that. If she wants to get relatable, sing songs that relate to me. I want to hear this song, right? Loving him is like driving a Buick that you borrowed from your parents, and you said you like the idea of getting a new car. but a 60-month love is too long. You're commitment and you're a little afraid of making a commitment. Cause what if you're driving it and making the payments and you see another car and it looks just as nice, but you keep going to the car, costs way less money, and that car doesn't make you drive to different gas stations every night of the week, and it wants to go to really expensive gas stations that are far away that it's never been to, even though you have a perfectly nice gas station right next to your house. And you're like, sometimes we can go there on a weekend, but sometimes I just like to go to Wendy's. Oh, I love you guys. You guys are fantastic. Oh, well, that's usually my closer. I usually say I'm Jamie and I get off stage. At that point, I hit 15 and a half minutes. This is fun. Okay, I'll let you get out of that. You want to hear another joke? I love Batman. Batman was my favorite superhero growing up, and I always wanted a Batman costume for Halloween. My parents couldn't afford it, so I did the next best thing. I got my friend to dress up like a clown and shoot my parents. That was... because he was an orphan. You guys watch a lot of porn at all? I don't know if anybody here watches porn at all. I watch a lot, more than I'd like to admit. I'm not really that much, but I do. I start, no, and I noticed this is the weird thing. Have you ever seen, this is a thing now. When I was little, not that little, I don't know, before dial-up internet world, okay, it was like people just had sex on film. We're like, oh, okay, cool, that's awesome. But now, like, you get porn in middle school and stuff, so like they have to rate the intensity level. So they have like these stories and these plot lines that are really weird. My favorite theme porn is the dick in a pizza box guy who always shows up. And he's like, oh, pizza's here, and then there's a dick in the pizza box. Like, everybody's okay with that scenario. Nobody has any problems that the pizza man has. I feel like that was a poor choice of material for this audience a little bit. Okay, we'll backtrack. It's okay. I see you. You're right there. It's not a TV show. I can see you guys right there, just staring. Did you all bring your parents to this show? Was that not? I don't know. Maybe. I can't tell. I can't tell because I can't tell the ages of Asian people. Like, I don't know. Maybe we're all 45 here and just aging really well, or maybe we are actually 60. Wow. Okay. Oh, we were going so good. You see what I said about how sometimes things will be going really well, and I'm just going to want to swing for the fences on the show. Okay. Oh, man. You guys like cars? I like Asian people. No, here's one, guys. Paul Walker, more like Paul just lays there. You guys don't like the dark stuff. No, I'm sorry. That was really poor. Well, I'll leave you guys on this one. This is not my joke, but one of my friends told it to me. His name, I don't know if you guys go to comedy clubs. He's a very famous guy. His name's Christian Saslow. He told me this, so don't attribute this joke to me. This is my friend Christian Saslow's joke, but he just asked me to close it for him because he was in the hospital recently and he wasn't able to do comedy, but he wants his joy to be shared with everybody, right? So my buddy was like, "Hey, Jamie, actually I don't want to use my name if you're recording. Hey, Ron, do you know where the best place to go after you have sex with a 13-year-old? I was like, "No, Christian, that's the most horrible thing I've ever heard. Maybe jail?" He's like, "No, dude, Applebee's, eating good in the neighborhood. Am I right? There's nothing to get a 13-year-old's tongue out of your mouth like buffalo chicken sliders." And I said, "Oh my God, you are the worst individual ever." He goes, "No, dude, I am just kidding. That is a joke. I would never eat at Applebee's. That is disgusting."